Welcome to the Sports Minute. If you like the video tonight, please comment and share it. Please subscribe to my YouTube page, Vincent Turner 560 on YouTube. And my name is Vincent Turner. My video tonight is Monday Night Football, first game of the season. The Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Can you imagine old school, NFC North? But I'm going to start with the Chicago Bears first of all, my preview. Caleb Williams. And I'm trying to figure out something. Why is everybody, most of the media, think this young man is going to be a bust or he's not going to be able to do it? Last year, the young man put up 3,500 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions, and was sacked 6 to 8 times, and still had a better season than a lot of the quarterbacks in the National Football League. It was his coaching. Now he's got Ben Johnson coming over from Detroit. Now think about this. Ben Johnson was offensive coordinator over there in Detroit, and for 3 straight years, they averaged 28 points a game. And I like what Ben Johnson said when he took the job. Get comfortable in being uncomfortable. I guarantee you, Caleb Williams is going to be a special player this year. And I like what the Bears did. Their offensive line, they went out and spent money. Joe Turney from the Chiefs, Drew Dalman from the Falcons, and Jonathan Jackson from the Rams. And then they drafted the best guard in the 2025 NFL draft, and Donovan Jackson out of the Ohio State Buckeyes. But what I'm excited about is that once all these pieces come together, think about the wide receiver core that Caleb Williams would have this season. Roma Doozy last year, he only had 54 receptions in his rookie year, 734 yards and 3 touchdowns. But DJ Moore is the piece that I expect is going to get off and have a huge year. Now, we talk about all the great wide receivers in the game of today. And Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, C.D. Lamb. And no disrespect, they all deserve their flowers. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, let me throw them in there from the Eagles. But I'm telling you, DJ Moore is that type of player. In the last 2 seasons, I didn't know this. He's had 194 receptions, over 2,300 yards, and 14 touchdowns. Now he's got some help along with Roma Doozy, and I like the guy they drafted out of Missouri, Luther Burton III. Trust me, he's going to be a player. And they got a seemingly, I know everybody likes Tyler Warren over there at Indianapolis, but Colston Loveland is going to be a baller in Chicago, the rookie tight end out of Michigan. Now on the defensive side of the ball with the Bears, they got Grady Jarrett, defensive tackle out of the Atlanta Falcons by way of Clemson. Let me tell you something, Chicago. You got the best player that played for the Falcons in their history while he's playing with the Falcons. In about 4 to 5 straight years, he was the best player on that team pound for pound on the D-line, both offensively and defensively. He's going to be a huge upgrade for the Bears. And then you drafted Shamar Turner out of Texas A&M. He's going to be a player. And then you got the young talents of T.J. Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds, Kyler Gordon, Jalen Johnson, Montez Sweat. This team right here, Chicago, can be very special this year if everything comes together. Now I'm going to talk about the Minnesota Vikings. Kevin O'Connell, let me take a brief minute. Man, you the best offensive coach in the National Football League. What you did with Sam Darnold last year was amazing. But I'm going to tell you when I know Kevin O'Connell was a great coach. Not good, great. When he took Josh Dobbs, and Josh Dobbs came in mid-season, he won games with him, I knew he was special. Now he bringing a new guy to the forefront, J.J. McCartney out of Michigan. One thing about J.J. McCartney, a lot of people saying he struggled during training camp. But how you forgotten he won a national championship at Michigan under Jim Harbaugh? This young can play a little bit. Then they're still bringing back the 30-year-old guy, Aaron Jones. I had him as one of the most underrated football players in the National Football League. All he kept doing at Green Bay was producing. Last year, he produced at a high level when Minnesota got tired at the end of the year because Minnesota offensive line wasn't that good. But let me tell you something. One thing, and I made a mistake this evening. It was the Vikings that drafted Donovan Jackson I meant to say Jonah Jackson over there for Chicago. But the Vikings did something very well. They went into their offensive line money and they hired Will Freeze, best offensive guard from Indianapolis, Ryan Kelly, best offensive center from Indianapolis in free agency, and they got Donovan Jackson. Excuse me this time, Donovan. I mean the Minnesota Vikings from the Ohio State Buckeyes. Justin Jefferson at the wide receiver position. Now, honestly, he was drafted, I believe, between 17 and 23. I can't remember what his draft selection was. But honestly, did we think he was going to be this type of receiver? Now, we kind of figured Jamar Chase was going to be that guy. But Justin Jefferson, I thought would be maybe a number two. But man, since he's got in the league, he's taken this game to another level. Top five last year, over 1,500 yards, 103 receptions. What was it? Let me look, 10 touchdowns. He is really becoming a hell of a wide receiver. Now, one thing about this game, Jordan Addison is going to be suspended, I believe, for 4 games. But I want y'all to listen to this name, Ty Felton, out of the University of Maryland. Speedster, 4'3", can fly off the charts. 2,200 yards in his career, over 171 receptions, averaging almost 17 yards a catch. A legitimate 4'3" guy. And now when you talk about Minnesota on the defensive side of the ball, now I always thought this gentleman was a very good football player. Jonathan Allen. I never thought he got respect over there with the Commanders. But let me tell you something. He come over there with Andrew Van Ginkel and Jonathan Grinyard, who combined between them 23 sacks last year. Now you throw Jonathan Allen in there. Now you got Brian Murphy, one of the better cornerbacks in the league, who doesn't get respect. And then Harrison Smith still playing at a high level, 14-year veteran out of Notre Dame by way of Knoxville Catholic High School. And Brian Flores calling the defense. I think the Vikings are going to be very special on defense this year. What a hell of a matchup. Monday Night Football, the Bears and the Vikings. Walter Payton, baby. Chuck Foreman, baby. Fran Tarkenton, baby. Jim McMahon, baby. Richard Dent, the 85 Bears. The Vikings, Chris Carter, Randy Moss, Randall Cunningham. Let me tell you something. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be a 31-28 game. But I really expect Caleb Williams is going to outdo J.J. McCarthy. These are 2 quarterbacks that a lot of people got question marks about, but they're going to be all right. Which I don't understand, both quarterbacks have hell of a coaches that know offense. And I think when it's all said and done, based on the fact the NFC North had a little bit, I want to say, wake-up call yesterday. Because Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers handled the Detroit Lions 27-13. And Mr. Michael Parsons came over and led energy in Lombardi Field. I call it Lombardi because of Vince Lombardi. I think we're going to have a hell of a division over there in this NFC North. But tomorrow night, we're going to have some answers really, really said, as I always do it. If you like the video this evening, please come in and share it. Please subscribe to my YouTube page, Vincent Turner at 560. I'm Vincent Turner, and you know what I got to say? From the great Michael Beck, from my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee, the 901, Michael Beck played in that classic. Warriors come out to play. Warriors come out to play. I'm a little hoarse this evening. Y'all be blessed here. Thank you.